A solar panel looks surprisingly simple from the outside, just a flat, dark sheet sitting in sunlight. But inside that thin panel are several carefully engineered layers working together to turn sunlight directly into electricity. So what's actually inside a solar panel? And how can something with no moving parts produce electrical power? The first thing you see is the front glass. This isn't ordinary window glass. Most solar panels use strong, tempered glass designed to survive years outdoors. It protects the delicate solar cells underneath from rain, dust, wind, hail, and physical damage. But protection isn't its only job. The glass also needs to let as much sunlight as possible pass through it. Some panels use anti-reflective coatings to reduce the amount of light bouncing away from the surface. Because every bit of sunlight that gets reflected is energy the solar cells can't use. Directly beneath the glass is usually a thin, transparent encapsulant layer, commonly made from a material such as EVA, or ethylene vinyl acetate. Think of this layer as a protective cushion. During manufacturing, it is bonded around the solar cells, helping hold them securely in position while protecting them from moisture, vibration, and environmental damage. Then we reach the most important part of the entire panel, the solar cells. Most modern solar cells are made primarily from silicon, and this is where sunlight actually becomes electricity. But silicon by itself isn't enough. Manufacturers modify different regions of the silicon with tiny amounts of other elements. This creates two electrically different semiconductor regions, commonly called P-type and N-type. Where these regions meet, an internal electric field forms. Now imagine a particle of sunlight, called a photon, entering the solar cell. When a photon carries enough energy and is absorbed by the semiconductor, it can transfer that energy to an electron. That electron can become mobile, leaving behind what physicists call a hole. The electric field inside the solar cell helps separate these electrical charges instead of allowing them to immediately recombine. Metal contacts on the cell then collect the moving electrons. And once an external circuit is connected, those electrons can flow through it. That flow is electric current. So a solar panel isn't storing sunlight inside itself. It's using the energy carried by sunlight to create electrical current in a semiconductor. Look closely at many solar cells and you'll notice extremely thin metallic lines running across their surfaces. These are part of the electrical contact system. They collect electricity from different areas of each cell and carry it toward larger conductors. A single solar cell produces only a small voltage, so manufacturers electrically connect many cells together. Those interconnected cells form the familiar rectangular solar module we see on rooftops and solar farms. But there's another important layer underneath the cells. A second encapsulant layer protects them from below, and behind that is usually a backsheet or another sheet of glass, depending on the panel design. The backsheet acts as an electrical insulator and provides additional protection against moisture and the outdoor environment. Many panels also have an aluminum frame around the edges. The frame adds mechanical strength and provides convenient mounting points for attaching the panel to rooftops or support structures. But there's one more component that you might never notice from the front. Turn a solar panel around and you'll usually find a small box attached to the back. This is the junction box. Electrical connections from the solar cells come together here, and cables carry the panel's electricity toward the rest of the solar power system. Junction boxes commonly contain bypass diodes too. These become especially useful when part of a panel is shaded or when some cells aren't producing normally. Without bypass paths, shaded cells in a series-connected string can restrict current and may experience excessive heating. The diodes allow current to bypass certain sections under those conditions, helping protect the module and reduce power loss. And here's another important detail. The electricity coming directly from a typical solar panel is DC, or direct current. But homes and electrical grids commonly use AC, or alternating current. That's why solar installations normally use an inverter. The inverter isn't usually inside the panel itself. It's a separate part of the solar system that converts DC electricity into usable AC electricity. So when you look at a solar panel, you're actually looking at a carefully constructed stack, protective glass on top, transparent encapsulating material, silicon solar cells with microscopic semiconductor structures, metal conductors connecting those cells, more protective material underneath, a backsheet or rear glass, an aluminum frame, and a junction box collecting the electricity. And all of this works without pistons, turbines, fuel, or spinning generators. Sunlight enters. Photons transfer energy inside the semiconductor. Electrical charges are separated and collected, and electricity flows through the circuit. That's what's really happening inside that silent, dark panel every time sunlight hits it.